trip through one of the most beautiful places on Earth. A journey of discovery. A unique opportunity to get in touch with unspoiled nature. Enjoy your time in a place that offers something for everyone. A land of beautiful contrasts. An experience you won't forget. Relax, explore, discover. Fascinating Nigeria. Located on the western shores of Africa, Nigeria is a welcoming country which promises a fascinating experience for everyone. Welcome to Abuja, the capital of the country. Here you will discover Nigeria's religious and cultural diversity, while enjoying the many international hotels offering first-rate hospitality and top-of-the-class business facilities. Step into the exciting city of Lagos, a place where tradition and modernity come together. Considered Africa's own Big Apple, the city is home to luxurious hotels and some of the best shops and restaurants in the country. Enjoy the unique nightlife and thriving music scene of one of the most vibrant cities on Earth. Rediscover relaxation in Nigeria's southern state of Akwa Ibom. Enjoy the finest hospitality at Le Méridien Hotel and Golf Resort, where the lush greens of the world-class 18-hole golf course and its unique location in the middle of the jungle will ensure a lifetime of memories. Discover the beautiful city of Calabar, capital of the Cross River State, a lovely and peaceful place located in the southeast coast. Immerse yourself in the local traditions and get in touch with Nigeria's rich cultural history through the many festivals around the country. Take a trip through the mountain forests, where the Obudu Mountain Resort plays host to luxury travelers and some of the most important conventions in Africa. And pay a visit to the Alfi Mountain Wildlife Reserve, a rainforest sanctuary where you can see some of the most endangered species alive. A country with 170 million people. Africa's biggest market. Extraordinary, fascinating Nigeria.
Turkey is making investments in countries on the African continent in a bid to develop a mutually beneficial relationship. It's part of Ankara's plan to diversify economic interests away from the Middle East and Europe. What's in it for all sides? This is Turkey in Africa, Decoded. Turkey is among the world's leading producers of textiles, automotive parts, and construction materials. As a G20 member state, Turkey's largest trading partners have traditionally been European Union members and these other countries. But behind the scenes, Ankara has been busy courting countries on the African continent. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan wants trade between Turkey and Africa to reach $50 billion by 2025. Now, this might seem an ambitious target given the current trade volume, but Erdogan might be onto something. In 2003, Turkey had a trade volume of $5.5 billion with African countries. By 2019, Turkey was trading with $26.2 billion. Now, these numbers have dropped to around $20 billion this year due to the coronavirus pandemic. One of the reasons for Turkey's interest in Africa? Well, Ankara sees a major reorientation of its economic and political interests in the past decade away from traditional power centers, for example, in Egypt. This has created space for Turkey to carve out new partnerships across Africa. Where in Tripoli, Turkey has supported the UN-backed government of national accord against the UAE-backed Khalifa Haftar. So how has Turkey gone about building its relationships in Africa, you might ask? Following a somewhat similar approach to China's. We recently heard Turkey's Minister for Trade use the term win-win, a firm favorite saying associated with China's engagement strategy in Africa as part of its One Belt, One Road initiative. Whereas China is cultivating new ties, Turkey is relying on its Ottoman past to gain new business access in Africa. Turkey has prioritized aid distribution and capacity building as well as vocational training, building schools and hospitals. For example, in Mogadishu, Somalia, Ankara renovated a 200-bed training and research hospital constructed by TIKA, Turkey's International Development Authority. Turkish soldiers are also training a 20,000-strong Somali National Army at a sizable military facility on the outskirts of Mogadishu. Now, how do I know this? Well, I traveled to Somalia and met Somali officers who spoke perfect Turkish. Turkish firms now operate Mogadishu's air and seaports, and Turkish Airlines flies to the city with a stopover in Eritrea. It's not just military matters Turkey is engaged in. It is looking to expand its ties post-pandemic into areas such as e-commerce, agriculture, and construction. Because countries in Africa with a history of Western imperialism might be a new frontier for the Chinese ripe for exploitation, Turkey has the benefit of time and of hindsight, of being connected to Africa by faith, and a belief in a shared future on equal terms. Let us know what you think on our YouTube channel, and I'm on Twitter at Ali_Mustafa.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As you have seen clearly, Benue State is a very important state within Nigeria, and we love Nigerians. We love Nigeria as Turkish people. And here in Ankara, I have wonderful friends that I really admire, that it's their first time here in Turkey. I have Honorable Uba Titus, the Speaker Benue State House of Assembly Makurdi, as well as Honorable Tertia Bise. He is actually the Chairman, House Committee on Information and Orientation on the 9th Benue State House of Assembly. Welcome, Honorable Uba Titus.
Thank you very much.
And welcome, Honorable Tertia Bise.
Thank you, Dr. Yavuz.
So honored to have you.
Yeah.
I know this is your first time here in Turkey.
Yeah.
You know, before talking about Turkey, Nigeria, I want to really get to know you. And we know you, but especially for our 900 million viewers across 40 countries in Africa. Yeah. Can you tell a little bit about who Uba Titus is?
Okay, Uba Titus, I am the There's a speaker, Oba Taitu is the speaker, Benue State House of Assembly. I'm from Benue. Benue is found within the middle belt of Nigeria. We are basically about 6 million people. The mainstay of the local economy is the farming, that's agriculture, and very friendly people. And that's who we are. That is where I am from Benue State. I'm married with 3 kids.
Beautiful.
Very
You're
fun
blessed.
kids.
You're blessed with 3 kids.
Yes.
You know, your beautiful smile shows the warm, welcoming nature of actually Benue State.
Yes.
From now, I want to come to Benue State. I mean, when
always
I see
welcome.
you.
Always welcome.
Thank you. And you're welcome in
Thank
Turkey.
you.
And dear Honorable Tetsa Bisa, can you tell a little bit about yourself for our viewers?
Okay, thank you, Doug. Just like you have said already, Honorable Tetsa Bisa, I'm an engineer by profession.
Beautiful.
I happened to go into politics, so I was voted into the Benue State House of Assembly. Right now, I'm the House Committee Chairman on Information. And like my speaker rightly said, I'm from Benue State also. We're very friendly people, like you can tell from our mien. So it's good to be here. We came over to Turkey to see how we can learn about our new environment here and see how it can impact back to our local economy and our people. Thank you.
I mean, taking your step, coming here, we're really excited. We're really honored to have you.
Yeah.
On behalf of all the Turkish people, and also on behalf of NTR, which is the only Turkish television broadcasting to Africa, we're really excited to host you here in Ankara. Yeah. And I hope you will come again, and we will visit you in Nigeria and Benue State as well. My first question is, just in general, you know, I'm actually organizing a meeting with you know, African Chamber of Commerce, the DEIC, Turkish African Chamber of Commerce, Vice President, Vice Chairman, Süleyman Bohça. He is also a wonderful attorney. He has many offices across Africa. He is very excited to meet you, hopefully tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. And there will be other visits, including Ankara Chamber of Commerce, depending on your availability. But I want to get your first impression about Turkey. Was it what you expected? What's your opinion? I want to take from you and then from you.
Okay. Well, what I have seen has beaten completely my imagination. You know, everybody has that mental picture about places. I had a mental picture about Turkey, but what I've seen have beaten completely
That's amazing.
my mental picture of Turkey. Turkey is a very beautiful place. We're advanced in technology. The infrastructure is wonderful. Europe, you see one, you've seen all of them. So it's so beautiful. Turkey is beautiful. I wish to come again and again.
And you're always welcome. And
yes.
What is your initial opinion about Turkey? Are they hospitable? Did you like it? Was it different? Were you expecting different things, or did you see what you expected?
Yeah, I actually met my expectations here. The only little challenge I had is we're in a pandemic era. And so because of that, the personal connection with the people is a bit tempered. It's very difficult. But I think for infrastructure-wise, the city it is actually what I expected to see. And then given the people we're interacting with, I think the Turkish people are very hospitable people. The
same like you. Usually people reflect themselves. I can see in your heart how beautiful people you are, and honorable, of course. And usually people see what they actually are reflecting themselves, and you do reflect. You know,
you may want me to add a little.
Please.
Yeah, you know,
please.
we took out our tour guide took us out yesterday, and then I sat in the bus and I was like watching the traffic behavior of the people, and it is quite commendable. So those little things speak about the big story of the people, and I was like, wow, there's so many cars and everybody is calm.
Yes.
And those little things, they speak the big story of the people.
That's true. And respecting each other is the key at the end. Life is short. We need to enjoy life. And why stress out if we can? You know, we all have an urge of rushing. You know? Even during the flights, I see many people, they cannot wait. Like they want to get out. That's one of the things actually I see in Turkish people, you know. They like, I say, well, eventually we'll get out. So no rush. It's one of the urges. It's hard to control. Similarly, we have to respect each other, regardless of our faith, religion, background, socioeconomic level. We are human, and we are brothers and sisters in humanity. That's how I always view, and this television is also viewing as well. You know, being a speaker of the state, can you tell first a little bit about you know, Benue State, because I know one of your goals is to also enhance the relationship between Turkey, Nigeria, as well as the Benue State itself. I want to learn a little bit more about, for our viewers. In general, you can talk about Nigeria as well, or first Benue State. I leave it up to you, and then to you.
Yeah, first of all, I want to look at myself as the Speaker of Benue State House of Assembly. You know, in any society, when there's no purposeful leadership, you know, you're bound to have chaos. And that's why in assembly you also have a speaker who is just one among the equals that is put forward there to lead in the assembly processes. And that is what it is. You are there to make sure that the assembly processes are well coordinated. Because like we have about 30 constituencies put together, we're in the assembly, and these people are coming from very different backgrounds. And then if there's no purposeful leadership, you know what it means. Then
you will end up chaos.
Exactly. So that is what is there. The speaker is there to try to coordinate the assembly, to try to make sure that everything's done well and there's no chaos. Everybody coming in there is trying to represent a group of people.
Of course.
And so there are a lot of different interests are coming together, different characters and all of that. So if you don't have somebody that's leading, then you know what it becomes. Yeah.
So this is your mandate, actually, as
that is the mandate. Yes. And then Benue State, we want to, like during my introduction, I say we are located within the middle belt of the country, Nigeria, and we're about 30,000 square kilometers landmarks, and basically the mainstay of the local economy is agriculture.
I see.
The place is so blessed with arid land, and
it's beautiful.
The land is like a borrow and blend of all other 6 geopolitical zones. If you bring something into Benue and you put it there, it brings a lot of good yield. But maybe you take it out to another place, you might not have what you have in Benue. So
it's very rich soil.
Very rich soil. And then the capital itself, Makodi, is located at the bank of the river Benue, and we need to tap completely into that. And I think it's yet to be tapped completely.
Absolutely.
So that's what Benue looks at. The people are very homely, very welcoming.
Very nice.
We have a lot of culture, and you need to see
each cultural diversity is also a blessing. It makes it even more better. You know, it brings the value. The diversity brings value. But you know, what I see is, you know, in terms of the Benue State, having that river is a huge advantage. You know, if you use it properly. But if too much rain, then it may actually create problem and flooding as well. Like, do you have any projects, any dams? Or
right now the town itself is facing a challenge concerning the river itself. Because we discovered that the volume of the river is almost gone because so much sand has been taken over, and then if there's the Cameroons is ahead over there, and if they have a very big dam and it's getting threatened. If that gives way, then there's no volume for the river to take the water, and then that can
create flooding.
Flooding for the town, and it's quite challenging. We've been crying out to the international community. The late president, Musa Yar'Adua, he started the dredging program for the river itself, but after that it didn't go on again.
Of course.
And it's posing a lot of danger for the state capital. And we're crying out. We can even cry to Turkey, come and see what we can do.
I mean, there should be a solution.
But the sand is very rich in silica. That is silica, and that's what is used for production of glass.
It is very valuable.
If somebody comes to do is a mutual benefit.
Of course. And also, I want to learn from you. Are you open for international investment as the Benue State? Do you have any areas that you want to receive investment in the Benue State?
Yes, sure. Benue State, like my speaker said earlier on, Benue State is a very welcoming state. We have the people are very friendly, and then we have lots of manpower.
That's huge.
Yes,
that's
huge
the biggest
manpower.
richness, I mean.
And then we have most of this manpower is well educated. So it's a very good environment for anybody to come in from the international community and invest. And aside that, I noticed that one of your major imports here the last 1 or 2 years was coal.
Yes.
Benue has lots of it. Yeah. Deposits here in the southern part of Benue, we have lots of coal. And then we have lots of limestone too as deposit for cement production. So the state is actually very rich. If anybody wants to come in and invest, you can't be guaranteed your return on investment as long as it comes to Benue, because the raw material is there, the manpower is there, the people are very friendly. As a House of Assembly, we always strive to make laws that make investment very friendly for people who are coming from outside. So Benue State is very much open for investment from the international community. Then
I'm making a call to all of our investors here in Turkey, international as well as Turkish investors. You're welcome to the Benue State. I have the honorable, both of them, the chairman, as well as the speaker, as well as the Chairman House Committee on the Information and Orientation here with me. They are here until, unfortunately, this is a short visit, only 1 week. Yeah. You're here until Friday, right?
Yes, yes.
If you are in Ankara, because it's a live program, we'll be happy to hook you up. You can call this number. I'll be honored to introduce them to you immediately and set up a meeting if they are available in Ankara. That's the reason we are putting this live show, because today, Tuesday, every Tuesday we have at 4 p.m. From Tuesday until Friday, you have an opportunity to meet these honorable, beautiful people and gentlemen to invest in Benue State. And so please take this as a message. Please call our WhatsApp numbers now so we can coordinate the meetings for you. They will be visiting the official Turkish African Chamber of Commerce, DEIK, as well as Ankara Chamber of Commerce. But if you want to have one-on-one discussions, you're most welcome to visit my beautiful friends, I want to call now, and, in terms of the state, the state guarantees, like for exportation, importation, are there any guarantees for international investors? And what are the products that, you mentioned some of them, but from your perspective, what are the products that we can focus for import, export, utilizing the very well educated population of Benue State?
Before I say that, I'd like to say that to encourage international partnership investment. Yes. First of all, everyone wants to look at the security of a place.
That's very important.
Yes. Some time ago, some 1 or 2 years back, you'll be hearing issues of farmers' headers crisis in Benue State. Sure. In the 8th Assembly, our governor, Dr. Samuel Otom, brought into the Assembly a law that is prohibition open grazing. Open grazing, and the Assembly, I was still part of the Assembly, and that time, that is the 8th Assembly, now is the 9th Assembly. I was still in the 8th Assembly, and that was passed into law, and that has brought a lot of solution to the farmers' headers crisis. Excellent. And relatively we have peace now. So for any investor to come in, you need to have assurance that you're going to have peace, no crisis, and all sort of that. Yes, Benue, like I told you, basically, we're an agrarian society, and we do a lot of farm products, and I think that is the area.
What are the major agricultural products that you want to export?
Yeah, we have yam. You know the yam tuber.
I know yam very well.
You have yam tuber. We have soya bean. Tomato is producing large quantity.
That's huge.
A lot of you have fruits. You have the citrus fruit is everywhere in Benue State. Beautiful. I think in the whole of West Africa, you have the highest production of citrus fruit in Benue State, and the yield is just compared to rice. Like I told you, the capital itself is located on the shore of the river. If agriculture is enhanced, is completely enhanced, we bring in equipment to enhance the production in that area of rice. Benue State should not only feed Nigeria; it should be feeding the sub-region,
even maybe West Africa.
Yes, even the entire West Africa. So we have a lot of these things that are there. What we need to do is to improve our way of agriculture.
Absolutely.
And because what we are doing basically now, mostly I can say is peasantry. So if we begin to mechanize, I just went out here 1 or 2. I see that most of farm equipment, most of agricultural implements Turkey does it themselves,
Oh, yeah.
and they have a lot
we
of
have
it
very
here.
good quality
Of
agricultural
course,
equipment
that are here. So I think this is an area that we can have
immediately. I mean, at the
we
end,
have partnership.
Absolutely, we can coordinate that. It's very important because using the technology it makes life easier of the farmers as well.
That is it.
And instead of getting 1 or 2 yields, you may get 5-6 yields with the same energy you're putting, and makes life easier for everyone.
That is it.
And Turkey used to do also, traditional farming until a certain time, but then moved into more technological farming. And agri-tech is an area, it's booming. There are also very new advancements of agricultural technology, even using without soil. There are many, when you look at it, most of the European countries like Holland, they are using the agricultural farming using no soil or different technologies, or using video cameras and IoT information, which is your area, and we will be honored to coordinate this collaboration and hopefully create value for our brothers and sisters in the Benue state. From your perspective, sir, what do you think about the opportunities? Because you're also in the information area. I'm very curious. We're in the digital era now with Industry 4.0, new areas of technology in IT is becoming very important, and even for agri-tech. If you use more information technology, then you'll be able to actually enhance the agricultural yield as well. So you are on the information and orientation area. Can you tell more about what do you actually focus on and what is your mandate?
Yeah, my mandate as a chairman, information and orientation, Benue State House of Assembly, is to try and disseminate information about what the House is doing.
Excellent.
About the laws that we make, to explain to the people as to why these laws are put in place.
Beautiful.
Our basic function as a House is to make laws to represent the people.
Of course.
And this is what we do. So when people have questions to ask about the House, about their activities, I'm there to answer these questions. A lot goes into it more than that. We have to liaise with the executive also. Because whatever laws we make, implementation has to come from the executive. And the enforcement has to come from the law enforcement agencies. So we try to liaise with all these people to see that whatever laws we make, whatever recommendations we put through are not wasted. Absolutely. So this is basically my mandate. But as a legislator, we go beyond that, because we have to interact with our people on a daily basis to see what their problems are, to see what we can bring to the table, and inform the executive that as people that are from the grassroots, this is what our people need. So we'll make these laws. The executive has to understand that we are taking this information firsthand. The laws are not just theory, the laws are very practical.
Touching people's lives at the end.
So as the information man, we try to do all this. And when I put all these things together, I try to bring it to my speaker, to the House in general, so that we'll see what to have on ground and what we need to work on.
That's amazing. It's being so close to the people of Benue, but also taking it to the the executive level, and being a bridge is a big responsibility. And wishing you both the best of success. I see a wise wisdom here, and I see also a creativity and connectivity here. And I think you both are also a powerhouse together. I can.
He's a mechanical engineer. I'm a mechanical.
There you go. You can see, and also the engineering side is coming as well. So it's an actually big opportunity for the Benue state to have wonderful, educated people like yourselves, representing the state. So, what I'm very curious also about, healthcare has been a big issue. Like you said, when you come to Turkey, COVID-19 was some of the areas that you couldn't interact as much as you wanted with people, unfortunately. Even here, we all had masks, and we had to ask you to take off your mask just for this short period, But these are big challenging times. It's a pandemic, and everyone is going through this pandemic. Africa may not go through as hard as United States, for example, or Europe. Turkey is also somewhat have challenges, but with the strong healthcare system, we are able to manage so far. And Turkey has provided healthcare support to more than 150 countries. Both masks, gowns, as well as other support. And in terms of the situation in Nigeria and also in Benue State, in general in healthcare, what are the areas of improvement opportunities, for COVID-19 as well as for malaria and other? What are the areas where people want more improvement? Where we can help as Turkey. Turkey has a strong healthcare system, and we would love to coordinate, and support.
Nigeria as a nation, it has the highest population in Africa.
It's very strong. It's the biggest country in Africa. Yeah.
So when you talk about such facilities, it requires constant improvement,
of course,
each time, because
everywhere.
of the number of people you have. Even within that, you see the landmass of Benue State is about 30.8 square kilometers, but you have about 6 million people.
Very dense
it's quite dense. So even it becomes a challenge for you to make sure that health facilities are gotten to the people even at the grassroots.
Yes.
So these are the areas where we keep crying to the international. Today we are crying to Turkey, come and invest in the area of our healthcare. The pandemic, is a global thing.
Everyone is impacted.
And maybe nature has seen this before and decided that Turkey, Europe, and they have a better facility to handle these issues, but Africa doesn't have so much. You see, the trend is higher here than even in Africa.
That's true.
Yes. So nature has taken it upon itself to have mercy on Africa.
I agree.
Yes. So today, basically, the main focus of my government, my governor, and the people of Benue State is to first of all survive. We have to set aside some priorities and make sure that the people survive. They are sustained during this period of COVID, and the protocols are actually being followed through.
I agree. I think there is very good leadership in Nigeria and Benue State. More than the nature, I believe your leadership and the way you are approaching also helps. I mean, yes, maybe because Africa went through even Ebola, even worse things, and stood very strong, despite all these challenges. So Africans are very strong. I have so much respect to Nigeria and the Benue State. But please,
let me just add to what my speaker said as regards the health sector of Nigeria. Apart from Turkey coming in to help, Turkey still stands to gain a lot,
of course,
from the health industry,
of course,
in Benue State. Because if we look at the figures, the medical tourism that Nigerians undergo going abroad for treatment,
it's huge.
India, Germany, and every other places, it runs into billions of naira every year.
That's true.
And then if these facilities are set up in the country with the same quality of personnel and medical equipment that we have out there, those people stand to make a lot of money.
I agree.
So this is one area that Turkey can help the country, and they help themselves economy-wise.
Absolutely.
In terms of getting a lot of money from Nigeria. And that way, these facilities and treatment become quite cheap
it's a
to
win-win.
the people, because they don't need to buy
a
ticket, they don't need to stay abroad to get treatment. So they get that treatment at home, everybody makes money,
very smart.
Everybody becomes healthy,
very
and better for both of us.
I lived in the United States 14 years, in Germany 7 years. Back in the 80s and 90s, many of the Turkish bureaucrats, diplomats, politicians, they had to fly to the United States to get their treatment. So in the 2000s, Turkey started its healthcare reform under the leadership of Recep Tayyip Erdogan. And in the last 20 years, Turkey went through some serious stage of reform, healthcare reform. We gained lots of experience in also the management of healthcare crisis. We have very strong, leadership in terms of how to really first establish the infrastructure, create the know-how, manage the medical device, pharmaceutical, as well as utilizing the right legislations, because we are now equal in terms of the legislative level with Europe as well. So because we are a European Union member, anything that we produce in the healthcare is also has to have the same standards in Europe. That gives us an opportunity, even in the financial system. So that know-how is at your service. I mean it, and we'll be honored. And I have very good Nigerian friends. Even in our TV, we have Esther, Esther James. She's doing phenomenal job, and we would love to create win-win partnership. That's how we look at it. It should not be one way. It has to be win-win, where the people of Banyu wins and Turkey wins. Or what I look at it, COVID-19, as you said.
Yeah.
Nature has saved in a way, but also I think your leadership and the state's leadership is definitely very well as well. You're being modest, that's why I know I have to mention that. And we feel a lot about the commercial and strategic value. What do you think is the importance of Nigeria for Africa? First of all, let's talk for our viewers. I know very well the population, the way, the technology. There are many areas where Nigeria is on the forefront, from energy to different areas. But from your view, I want to learn from you, for our viewers. Yes. What does Nigeria mean for Africa?
Yeah, just one of those things is that when I mention about the population of Nigeria, it also goes along with talking about the market. Nigeria has a very large market for Africa, and it's high time Africa begins to produce things for themselves, because the market is there even within Africa, and Nigeria has put forward a very large market even for even not only Africa, for Turkey, like what I was saying. Yes. So when you begin to think of Nigeria, you begin to think about the market for the things that Africa should be able to produce. So it's one of those things. Nigeria is, when we talk about agriculture, it's not just Benue.
Of course.
And Nigeria has a large just in agriculture, area in agriculture or investment. And I think we should begin to feed even the world.
I agree with you. Yes. I agree with you. This is a huge opportunity, in terms of doing the investments and feed the world.
Exactly.
And when you look at the situation in Nigeria and look at the African Union, do you see Nigeria's position supporting ECOWAS and the African Union? What is your position? That's something. Because there is this work on African Union, and different countries, they may support or not. I'm just curious in general what your position is as far as...
yes, the Nigeria has been there in forefront when you talk about African Union. Yes. Because most of the other countries look up to Nigeria.
Absolutely.
And to bring Africa to the stage where the world will begin to see that, yes, Africa is getting up now. Absolutely. And so without Nigeria, I think African Union may not go to that level, because even in terms of funds, and Nigeria funds most of projects of African unions. Excellent. And it has been there, and Nigeria has been there and been doing well. Excellent. So the African Union is coming together now. I think recently they've signed a free trade agreement, and that is a big move. Huge. And then it's a big move. And then we begin to look at our political infrastructure. Once that is done, and then we have this union, free trade agreement, and you see that Africa will begin to come up, and Nigeria is playing a very big role.
This leadership of Nigeria is very important.
Yes, Africa has actually taken the lead. Nigeria has taken the lead, rather, in Africa as regards several other sectors. Politics-wise, our democracy is not too old, but we are trying very hard to make it stable. So we have taken the lead in trying to stabilize democracy in other smaller African countries also. We have taken the lead military-wise, because if you look at the forces that we send forward to go and maintain and keep peace in other countries, Nigeria mostly provides a chunk of that force. We have taken the lead entertainment-wise also. Nollywood now is about the second highest film producing industry the world over. I think only second to Bollywood, that of India. So Nigeria has done well. We've really proven that the statement that Nigeria is the giant of Africa is not in vain. We hope to do more. Of course, there are challenges, of course, but every country has their challenges.
In the second part, I will talk about the challenges. We'll go for a commercial break. I want to thank you again, Honorable Uba Titus, as well as Honorable Tetsa Bise. So honored to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this commercial break. Stay tuned to NTR with News Plus. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to News Plus at NTR TV, the only Turkish television broadcasting to more than 900 million people in Africa. I am really thrilled and excited to have my beautiful friends from the Benue state of Nigeria. We have been even talking during the offline about what opportunities we can do together, from education to technology to energy to agriculture. And I see huge, opportunities because they are very open. They are very open in terms of creating synergy because they love their people. They love the state of Benue, and they want to create also value for the state. And same for us. We want to create, synergies with the television in Benue state as well. As you mentioned, yes. We want to call them our brother television. Hopefully, we want to plan a signature ceremony here for the television if we can arrange. But overall, I want to understand, when we were discussing the synergies, the importance of Benue State in Nigeria. I want to dive a little bit more into, for our viewers to understand more about Benue State before we move into, there are always propaganda everywhere. You have received propaganda about Turkey and negativities, maybe against Benue State. Or against Nigeria. Many people portray something which is not there in terms of security, in terms of the people's hospitality. So I want you to tell me more about anyone who is watching here from Africa. What should they think about the Benue State, and what should they think about Nigeria?
Yeah, I will start with Benue State. Benue State, basically our challenge has been that of security. We used to have this. I mentioned before in the first stanza of this program that we used to have these challenges of herders and farmers always clashing, and this gave a lot of problem to our farmers. People were not able to go back to our farms, and this, like I told you, is the mainstay of the economy of the local people. And then. When this dispensation came, when our governor now brought up this law, and then we put it in place, and now we have relative peace in Benue State. Excellent. So people are now going back to their farms, and we have that assurance that people can come into Benue now freely and invest. And you see, and it has gone a long way to cover as Nigeria as an entity itself. Not only Benue, the challenges of Boko Haram, you've been hearing all over the world. Very dangerous. It is very dangerous, and our president has also been trying as much as possible to curtail this issue of Boko Haram in our country. And
we fully support the fight against Boko Haram. They don't represent Islam at all. They don't represent even anything about humanity.
Exactly.
And we are ready to fight together with you against Boko Haram. This is horrible,
So generally, Benue, Nigeria, it has been the challenge of insecurity. Benue, like I said, we have relative peace now. Boko Haram issue, the country as an entity has not rested. And the president has been up and doing to try to curtail this issue of Boko Haram. And basically, we're also having relative peace as a country. This has been quite a challenge. Without peace, without security,
you cannot sit down.
Nobody
comes
to invest. Yes, you cannot come to invest. Look at I think Nigeria is. Nigeria, Turkey have been a member of the D8 group of countries.
They are.
They're the founding group of countries.
Nigeria is very critical.
You understand? So I think that relationship, I think we should upgrade it.
I agree with you.
Nigeria, Turkey, we should upgrade this relationship so that let's have this commercial relationship. Let it not just be friendly. Absolutely. We are just on being friends. Absolutely. No, let's have a committer that we can upgrade and then have this symbiotic kind of relationship. That, yes, Nigeria has a very big market. Turkey is well developed technologically, and then we can use that to improve our own infrastructure, and then Turkey can take advantage of this market. So those are the challenges. The challenges we have is security. We should have security for our country, for our state, so that people can come from outside and invest.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Turkey even supported in terms of security. We have, the Turkish government is ready to provide support to the security of Nigeria as well.
Yes.
I mean, I can tell you that clearly because Turkey has, supported Somalia, for example, and there are many countries where we help them train their even security forces. So whatever it takes, we are wide open. We believe the empowerment of Africa.
Yes.
We have no preconceived notions or any agenda. We want, because the stronger the Africa, 1.3 billion people. Like you said, even just Benue can't feed the entire world.
Yes.
Why deal with all these wrong political things which doesn't make sense? We should find ways to create business synergies and peace and prosperity for the humanity. And that starts, please.
Turkey actually is strong militarily.
It is, and Nigeria is very strong.
Turkey sits between Asia and Europe, and they have one of the strong military formations on either side.
It's the largest force in NATO.
Yes, largest force. And then this is what Nigeria can make use of. Absolutely. Because, of course, like my speaker said, we've had our issues of schematics. We're trying to overcome them. Of course, nothing is entirely eradicated. We still have some pockets of schematics here and there, but at the end of the day, we're trying to get our acts together and move forward. So I think the issue of security is one sector that Turkey can actually come into as
Absolutely.
To assist.
Benue is actually very important to the unity of Nigeria as a whole.
Absolutely.
If we look at history going way back, when we had a civil war, of course, most other countries had their own fair share of problems before they came to independence. We've had ours, and Benue State was in the forefront of fighting to keep the country together.
That's
so it will be very important.
It's like the heart of Nigeria.
Yes, it will be very important.
Bringing the diversity and it's like a glue. You're holding together.
So, and Benue State is still one of the major states that straddle the middle belt of Nigeria. So Benue State is actually very important to the country.
Absolutely.
And then the agricultural produce that we bring forward, both north and south, they come to Benue to buy food, and we end up feeding the nation.
Perfect.
So some of the security challenges slowed us down for a while, but we're picking up. So I hope that in future, Benue will not only be feeding Nigeria, but feeding the sub-region.
I agree with you. And this pandemic also showed how much we are actually dependent on the supply chain of food. At the end, people are not thinking about luxury. They are first thinking about security, survival, food, security. Because the pandemic showed that clearly to us.
The pandemic actually took its toll. We had a period in Benue and the whole of Nigeria where we had a shutdown, a total shutdown of the country. Yes, we did have. Nobody was moving across states borders, and the people were advised to stay indoors. People were not going to work. Offices were shut down.
Maybe lost jobs.
Yes,
like
offices were shut
down.
Yeah. So even the agricultural produce were affected. People could no longer travel to other states. People had produce that were wasted because people can't come and buy from them.
Of course.
So right now we're still trying to pick back up. But the challenge again is the second wave of the COVID that has come around. It's difficult, but being the second time around, we have learned how to manage from that first wave.
Exactly.
We're not there yet. We can't say we have overcome the challenges of COVID, but we learned from that first wave and we're trying to cope with this second wave and see how we move forward.
Perfect. I believe Benue is really critical for Nigeria. And
it is.
The more we can actually create success stories coming from Benue, it will be a role model for the entire Nigeria and West Africa. And we are at your service as a Turkish nation. I mean it, from, as you said, from security to healthcare to energy to agriculture. I mentioned a couple, even government companies to you. We will be honored to enhance, because you came all the way, 9-hour flight. We have to find a way because you are, you were kind to come here. So I'm really grateful on behalf of the Turkish nation and welcoming you both.
Thank you.
You were mentioning something. I stopped what you were mentioning as he was talking about the COVID-19.
I just wanted to add a little that when we talk about Benue, whatever affects Benue, it transcends to the other angles of the country, because basically, what we are saying, Benue produces food for Nigeria. So if we have issues of security, issues of COVID, nobody's gone back to the farm. You understand what I'm trying to say now?
It's like California and United States.
Exactly.
Many fresh fruits, everything goes from California to New York, New Jersey, and others. I live there, So
anything that affects Benue, it affects the entire country because food shortage is imminent.
Big problem.
That's what we're trying to say.
If you're hungry, you cannot think of anything. You cannot think of education. You cannot think of anything else. So I'm a little bit curious about your public officials, but you're both very modest. I want to compliment for that. I mean it.
Yes.
You know, what are the challenging areas you have seen as a public official? Because there are things, you're representing a state, a very strong nation, and but at the same time, you know, I'm very curious about the most difficult experiences you had as a public official.
I want to say...
I know it's a tricky question, but...
No, it is not. It is not, but I am trying to say this with all sense of sincerity.
Exactly.
I want to say it from my heart.
Please.
Like my governor used to say, that we politicians have failed our people. And I think this statement is quite big, but it has a lot of truth to it.
Sure.
And today, the politicians in Nigeria have come to realize this, that we have failed our people. And we are beginning to stand up to understand that.
That's great.
Yes, to understand that it is about service. It's not about self-acquiring wealth and all of that. No, the politicians, we should come into service to get to represent our people,
Absolutely.
the interests of our people.
Like you're doing right here in Ankara.
Yes,
we came all the way 9 hours.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and we are going to take a lot of things home.
Absolutely.
And I think that will improve. You should begin to improve the thinking of the politician.
Absolutely.
We have failed our people, and we are beginning to realize that criticisms will come as a public servant, and then you should look at the criticisms themselves, and then how can you do this adjustment to look at what the critics are talking about. Sure. And once you begin to do that, I think you will do better for the representation of your people. But we are saying that we have failed our people, and we are very sorry, and we are beginning to stand up to our challenges.
This is very sincere statement, very powerful, but this statement also actually gives even more hope, because that shows that you can actually, rise the nation and rise the state.
Exactly.
What is your opinion? What was the biggest challenging time you had as a public official?
Yeah, as a public official, there are several challenges, not just one. You rightly say that it's a tricky question. We have several challenges. But one of the biggest challenges of every politician or a public officer is how to interact with your people. First of all, to know what they want.
Sure.
And then you have to balance between what they want and what you feel is good for them, because you have the benefit of being out there.
Absolutely.
You have the benefit of knowing what you can bring to your people that can make a difference. Sometimes your constituent might want bread, but you might feel that, look, if I build a bread factory here, it serves him more.
Exactly.
Instead of buying a loaf of bread for him.
Exactly.
It serves him more if I build that bread factory.
Absolutely.
So that from there, they begin to get that bread in hundreds. So you need to balance, because when someone is hungry, he wants food.
As long as you bring that,
yes,
you're happy. But maybe if you actually build the system,
yes,
you're serving him more. Yeah.
How do you convince him to be patient? It's just a little, let's build that food processing factory so that tomorrow the generations yet unborn can enjoy from that.
Absolutely.
So that has always been a challenge. And I don't think it's just with us alone. It's just humanity. Everybody wants satisfaction for what they need.
And we are not patient. We all want now, right now. Like
yes,
in our nature. Like
so that has been a challenge for a politician. That has been the major challenge. But you see, democracy in Nigeria, like I said before, has not been too old. We're talking about barely 20 years of this modern democracy. We had a stint with democracy from 1979 to 1983, just 4 years, and the military came in with coup d'etat, coup and counter-coup. Yes. Right now, we're just 20 years into our democracy. So I would say that the road has been rough. The challenges have been enormous. We've had the challenges of transition, conducting an election from one administration to the other. But I think we're getting there. Little by little, we're improving. We used to do things manually. Now we're doing more or less like
electronic.
Yes, not fully electronic voting, but we have our registers that are automated. You understand? So right now we're improving. By the next election, we hope to get to the electronic voting also. But I think it will take time, but we will get there. So it's a process, the gradual process for us. We're trying to change the system.
Sure.
Change the system, we know that we need to change the people's mind and outlook about
that's the biggest challenge.
Yeah, that's the biggest challenge, because connecting with the people has always been a challenge. Connect with them, know not just what they want, but what they need. So you now strike a balance.
And as the leaders, you may have a vision, and you may see ahead of the society sometimes, and when you put that vision, if people don't understand at that time, it may create criticism. As a politician, you also need vote. So how to balance the beauty, the good thing for the people, but also meet their immediate need, as you said. That's it's, I think, in anywhere in the world, you know, balancing with the needs and the wants.
Yeah,
The needs and wants is always a challenge. But I can see, Benue being open for collaboration, Benue being open for investment, Benue open for even educational exchange, and other security and other areas. I think we need to do lots of homework together. That's what
Sure.
That's awesome.
And, I want to thank you both because you are role models, and I'm very curious about each of your suggestions, advice for your, Turkish politicians, and also your peers in Africa, and also for the youth in Africa. I want to get your recommendations. You have gone so far. You have been a success story. You have achieved your goals in life. And you are now representing, as the spokesperson. I'm sure it was a tough journey. What are your takeaways and what are your recommendations for your peers who wants to enter politics in Africa, in Nigeria, in Benue, as well as your peers in Turkey, and also for the youth?
Thank you very much. Yesterday, our tour guide took us to the mausoleum, the Ataturk, Mustafa Ataturk mausoleum. And when I was there, I stood back and I was watching. I said, and then I read a little history of Mustafa Ataturk.
Yes.
He has become a model.
He does.
For the people of Turkey.
Yes.
And that is what my advice would be to my peers and to the young ones, that they should begin to learn to become like Mustafa Ataturk.
Yes.
Because you become a model for the people.
Sure.
You have to start it right from your youth.
Sure.
But by the time you get up, then you begin to think as a politician that it is all about service of the people.
Absolutely.
It's not all about yourself. And that is what Mustafa Ataturk stands for, the people of Turkey.
Absolutely. He's the founder of the republic, and
exactly
for the nation to become independent.
Yes.
Given so far for the people, and that's why he's remembered. If you sacrifice for your people remember you.
Exactly. So that is how that is one of the things I've gotten here. I went out there and I was like, how I wish I would be remembered like Ataturk by the time I'm out of this world.
Yes.
You understand? So that is a model to set before the people. I appreciate the Turkey people for remembering Ataturk, for what he stood for the people of Turkey, and what the young ones should emulate from him. So that is what it is. We should start, and the young ones should start early to begin to understand that it is about service of the people, not all about self.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And patriotism. It's not racism. Loving your country is natural. It's different from racism.
Exactly.
We should all love our countries, our people, our families, our communities. It should be natural. Please.
You said something about patriotism there. I want to chip in a bit. Patriotism, basically, it's about your love, respect, and loyalty to your country.
Absolutely.
Not to your president or your government.
I agree with you.
So this is the problem that so many politicians have, especially in the third world countries, especially in Africa. We grew up being loyal and committed to the leaders and not the system, not the constitution of the country. So if we learn to begin to put the country first and not the person sitting on that seat first, then the country will be the better for it.
It's about principles.
Yes,
it's
about
principles.
principles.
I agree
because as it is now, most times in Africa, we vote for parties and not for the individuals.
We're all emotional.
Yes.
It's like soccer team.
Yes.
Like you root for a soccer team.
So we will get to a point where we begin to look at the institution as being better. And like democracy, like you said earlier on, democracy has its peculiarities. Every country is free to practice democracy the way it feels it will suit it.
Of course.
As long as people are freely voted for and they can freely vote for others in return. That is just all about democracy.
Absolutely.
But the institutions and how you practice democracy can vary across different countries.
From state to state, even republics can
yes,
change.
Republics, because we have all grown up to look at America as a beacon of democracy.
Sure.
But what happened in the last few days, the last few weeks, has taken everybody aback.
It's ruined America.
So now you begin to look at that, and do you swallow everything line, hook, and sinker? Or do you modify it a bit so that in your own country that kind of thing will not happen? Would you want to look at America as a model of democracy in the world and allow that to happen because it happened in America?
Sure.
No. So when you modify things a bit in your country, but still give the people the power I think that democracy will thrive better in your country.
Absolutely. There is no question in my mind. The culture beats every system.
Yeah.
You have to really respect the culture of the people.
Very important.
You cannot just say, okay, I'm doing this everywhere. That's why we have more than 8 billion people coming from different backgrounds.
Yes.
And we have to respect that.
Yeah.
We have to not just respect, embrace it. And really understand and cherish that background. Then we are actually becoming real brothers and sisters, rather than pushing on each other what we believe in. That is not how it should be done.
It's not right.
You choose your way because you believe that's the best way. But just because it's the best way for you, it doesn't mean it's the best way for your brother or sister.
Democracy can be a framework.
Exactly.
Everybody works their way to fit into that framework.
I agree. And as long as you don't take gun into your hand, you should have freedom of speech and expression. As long as you're not, I'm not overstepping your boundary. Then it is real democracy. But if I'm also fueling hatred to a certain group and creating clash, that's always a problem. So that, from speech to hatred, there is also a line there, where we need to be careful.
Yeah, it's a thin line.
Thin line,
you cross it easily if you're not careful.
Yeah, then that's why they stopped now Trump even to do his tweets, because at some stage, when people walked into White House, then you are actually taking over the people inside the White House, the congressmen and congresswomen, not to do their job. It's almost a coup d'etat, which has never seen in the American history. So we went through July the 15th coup attempt, and it was very tough for us, and it was a group which was supported by, unfortunately, United States of America, which it's called Fethullah Gülen Terrorist Organization, and they really hurt. We lost more than 200 people, and it's a very dangerous group which is impacting many countries. And they come like they are peaceful, but they have a hidden agenda. And we went through a coup d'etat in July the 15th in 2016. So even though we have a longer democracy, we also are going through difficulties in the last 20 years. Being in important areas, some countries don't want to actually want you to prosper. And that's why I give special attention to the Nigeria-Turkish relationship. They have so many similarities. They are good people, patriotic, open for business. They want to, like you said in D8, we have to upgrade D8. And really create more synergies and fight against any extremism.
We like being expressive also, like expressing ourselves in several different ways.
Absolutely. Terrorism is every terrorism. Terrorism doesn't have faith, religion, background. It is terror. We have to fight against. If it's insulting you, I cannot say, oh, this is Christian, this is Jewish, this is Muslim terrorism, or they may have their own.
What happened on the Hill was homegrown terrorism.
Exactly.
Capitol Hill.
Never expected. When the Black Lives Matter did the same, mass protest there, they were cracked down harshly. There was a lady who passed away there in the same location. They did not touch the white supremacists. So the racism, unfortunately, I'm Turkish American. I have an American background as well, and I felt ashamed also. But at the same time, what we lived in July the 15th, I said, well, what comes around goes around. That's what I thought, frankly speaking. I'm not trying to be politically correct. I'm just telling you what I felt.
For peace in all countries.
But I want the best for United States. I want the best for Turkey. I want the best for Nigeria. But we have to respect the nation's sovereignty. I cannot meddle as a Turkish person into the interior things of Benue. You will be so upset. Like, who the hell are you? But as long as we respect and create synergies, then you are welcome. Right?
We need to know how important all nations are. America is big. A stable America is better for the rest of the world. An unstable America will have much
bad for the rest of the world.
The sub-region and the rest of the world.
Absolutely.
So whether we love America or hate America, we need America to be stable.
Absolutely.
It's better for the rest of the world.
Absolutely. I love Nigeria. I love Turkey. I love America. The people are people. They have no problem. Don't get me wrong. Politicians are sometimes the problem. I'm excluding you both.
I did say that now.
You said it from the beginning. I'm excluding you both.
No, we make policies, so the buck has to stop at our table.
I wish all politicians are like you. I want to highlight that. I mean it. I'm telling this from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
Working for your own people, coming to Turkey and really trying to create synergies. This is something commendable. And I'm at your service to do whatever I can. That's my personal promise. And also on behalf of NTR TV. Finally, I want to understand, the areas of cooperation between Nigeria and Turkey, because the media is one area, which I am very aspired. And we want to create more cooperations in the media as well. We have Turkish satellite. We can offer Turkish satellite as a service to many televisions, for example, and radios inside Benue, inside Nigeria, or other areas that we can work. We should look into the areas of cooperation in energy, technology, finance, agriculture, media as well. So what do you think are the areas of cooperation?
Yeah, you have just said it all. We are here and we are seeing how developed the technology of Turkey is. Sure. And it's one area that Nigeria as a country need to key in. We as a state from Benue need it completely. You have just mentioned all of it. We as a people, as a big country, they call us the giant of Africa, need to start producing our own thing, like Turkey is doing their own thing. We've been there, Nigeria has been there, but we need to get this to begin to do these things. And you have mentioned all the areas: agriculture, science and technology, healthcare, commerce, and all of that. So we need to bring this. That's why when I was talking about the D8, we need to
activate.
Yes,
we have to activate.
We have to activate. We want to upgrade the relationship.
Absolutely. This is very important.
It's very, very, very important.
So we're making a call from here to everyone in D8 who is listening.
Yes.
Find a way to activate D8. This is very important.
Yes, it's very important. And we need to actually do these committers and with timelines. Look, let's come together. We'll do this from this time to this time. We'll make sure that we as Turkey we have this in Nigeria, and we as Turkey will also benefiting from Nigeria, and it will help both of us. Symbiotically, will be done.
Absolutely. And yes, please.
If you look at the numbers in the last 2 years, Turkey did a lot of importation of refined petroleum.
That is true.
In fact, that topped the chart on the imports of Turkey in the last 2 years. In Nigeria right now, we have put together refineries.
One of the highest quality.
Yes, we have good crude oil. We're trying to begin to refine our oil. We were doing that before, but if we do that a lot, and then we'll have huge quantities for export, I'm sure we can partner with Turkey in that regard, since Turkey is importing a lot of
one of the largest importers.
Yes, and then secondly, you will see that Turkey still imported a lot of iron scrap.
Yes.
We have lots of that in Nigeria. Because of our population, we use a lot of metal, and then we have this scrap in abundance. So we can partner with Turkey on that also. And then I told you something about coal. Benue had lots of it. Cool. The neighboring state there, Enugu, had lots of it. Coal ranked like 4th or 5th on the import chart of Turkey in the last 2 years.
That is true.
So if you look at it, there's a lot that we can do.
Absolutely.
And then we in Nigeria, our textile industry is almost in comatose. And that is one thing Turkey
is really booming in textile.
And then we can learn from them. Now, our government placed a ban on the importation of textile at some point, so that we can try and develop the industry from within.
That's understandable.
But there's no ban on importation of technology.
Yeah.
There's no ban on a mutual agreement of coming together to see how Turkey can help.
We can always
Nigeria in trying to boost our textile industry. So these are areas that the two countries can come together to work together. So if we try to explore these areas, I don't know how much of trade is going on between the two countries in these areas I've highlighted, but no matter the amount of trade, we can do more.
I agree
in
with
these
you.
areas.
I agree. These are very good. Also, entrepreneurialism is very important. There are so many youth in Nigeria and so many youth in Turkey.
Exactly.
They are into finance technologies, for example, or they are into ICT, or even gaming.
Gaming.
One of the Turkish companies got $1.8 billion investment to one game company.
You see?
So it's like we should also teach these youth and create maybe partnership of entrepreneurial activity between Turkey and Nigeria. We can easily coordinate these things.
Sports. it's another area that we can partner.
Absolutely. So the more we talk, I think we will finish. We will say,
exactly.
there are so many areas. We need to start somewhere.
Yes,
That's
recently oil has been found in the Trot of Benue.
Exactly.
And the NNPC, that's in the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, is trying to make a big statement concerning the oil found in Benue.
That's very important.
Yeah, it is.
We can easily coordinate many companies.
So
from
many areas of investment.
And
I agree with you.
Coming from Benue, I don't think we can leave this program without coming back to our state. The agricultural value chain that we can get from the products that we produce in Benue are enormous. Cassava can give you like 6, 7, 8 different products.
Huge.
Rice is the same thing. Yam is the same thing.
Yeah.
We have fruits there that are wasting. We can process these fruits, have the condensate that go out there.
And it's not wasted.
Yes,
used by everyone.
the concentrate rather, not the concentrate rather, that goes out there. These things are in high demand. And Benue has lots of it.
Lot of fruits.
So if we set up factories or we partner with partners abroad, like Turkey, for instance, I'm sure there's a lot that we can benefit from each other, economy-wise.
I agree with you. I mean, there are many food companies in Turkey which they have their places, factories. We can replicate the same ones easily, I'm really excited, and I hope I wish your stay was longer. I'm flying to Istanbul tomorrow, and then I'll be in Istanbul for 3 days. But I will make sure you're well taken care of through my network and colleagues. That's my promise to you.
Thank you very much.
And please consider Turkey as your home.
It is. It is already.
I want you to feel that.
It is already.
You are always welcome. All of our brothers and sisters in Nigeria and Benue State, please consider Turkey as your home. We have so much alike than we are different. We can only realize that, as we sit down and as we talk, regardless you like Turkish tea or not, but still being polite is important. And when I come to Benue State, you will offer me something.
Very always welcome.
And then, but having respect for that respect is also huge for us.
It is.
Thank you very much. I want to thank you both from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
And I want to take your final wishes, final thoughts about the Turkish media and NTR TV, because we are really trying to create these sincere bonds between our brothers and sisters. I call them brothers and sisters in Africa and Turkey. This is our only agenda. And we are active for the last 3 years. We're working with TRT World, with Turksat, as well as we're through Luxembourg with SAS satellites. And I am very curious what you thought about the NTR television in general, and do you see how we can create more synergies for our brothers and sisters in Benue and Africa?
One of your correspondents brought us here, Esther. I met her just 2 days ago, and she got me getting close to NTR, and I saw the number of African countries that NTR TV has gotten. It's quite commendable. And you see, Turkey as a people, why you have this kind of development is because of the commitment. And then NTR will have to sell this to the people. People will get to understand that before you develop to this stage where Turkey is, you need that commitment. And they will get to learn through NTR from here to Africa and the rest of the world. We commend NTR completely for what they are doing.
Thank you.
Yes.
We are trying to be a bridge, basically.
Your final statement says you're trying to be a bridge.
Yes.
It's about the only TV station in Turkey that transmits to several African countries.
Absolutely.
This is priceless. It's something that we can actually utilize. I happen to be the committee chairman that oversees Benue Television. So you were talking about signing an agreement. Yes, that would be the right way to go.
We can do it immediately.
That can be, of course, I might not have the authority to do that now, but we can have that
and
understanding.
And then I create problems. Why did you sign on my behalf? I'm not going to do that.
We can have that
But I want to show you how eager we are.
No, we can have that understanding so that when we go back, we'll try and find a way that Benue Television and NTR can come together and see that when we transmit programs from there, you can tap from there.
We can do content exchange, many things. Joint
program exchange and all whatnot. And then if you need information, you need reporters on ground to give you first-hand information about Nigeria. Our reporters are always there.
That will be
so I'll try to work with the television, the Benue Television crew when I go back there to see how we can connect.
That's huge
And then
news for us.
the two networks will become sister networks.
Yeah.
Yes, we are on one side declaring we want to be sister of Benue television.
Yeah, that's
we're asking for it.
It's good.
So we
It's
will
good.
hear.
We
We will
will.
be
We
waiting.
sure will.
We're waiting for the response.
Networking is the order of the day now.
Absolutely.
So nobody runs away from
It's
a
a
network.
connected world.
It's a
Yes,
connected world,
yeah.
yes.
So we're surely going to do that, I can assure you.
Absolutely.
I can
Thank you,
assure
sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You know, we have the last 8 minutes to finish the program now. For the next last 8 minutes, you know, I want you to either sing a song or read a poem
Yeah.
or say something that the people in Benue will feel that more than 900 million people are listening,
Yes.
the local flavor of Benue. So say something. It can be a poem. There is nothing to be shy. I know I'm surprising you, but
No, it's actually a surprise. I wasn't
you may say
expecting
my
that.
voice is not good, then you can read a poem, or you may say whatever you want to say. This is your opportunity. You can sing, you can read a poem, or you can say something that represents Benue to the entire Africa and to the Turkish people as well.
Yes.
I will give you each an opportunity. You have the last 7 minutes now.
Okay.
I know you didn't expect that from me.
You want to start?
Yeah, I can come up with
You're like,
something.
you first, brother. No, you first.
Okay.
So we can close with some
Okay,
fun.
Yeah, you see, Benue is actually the food basket of the nation. That is our motto.
Yes.
So every Benue man hearing that motto anywhere in the world will be proud. That,
Food basket.
Yes, food basket. That is the Benue motto. Every state in Nigeria has a motto
Yes.
that it is known by. Benue's motto is food basket of the nation.
Yes, yes.
So this is what I want the people back home who are listening to take from this program. We are trying to export Benue to the
Perfect.
world.
Perfect.
We are trying to export Benue's food to the world. We are trying to make the world understand that Benue is there for you to tap from.
That's amazing.
Benue food is about the best you can find anywhere in the world. Like my speaker rightfully said earlier on, the soil texture give you a yield that is unimaginable. You need to go there to see it. So for my people from Benue State, we are here representing you. We are here calling on the rest of the world to come back to Benue and invest.
Absolutely.
I told you earlier on, the value chain that you get from agricultural produce that comes from Benue State, it's you can't quantify it in monetary terms.
Absolutely.
But the value, the nutrition that you get anywhere in the world is what you won't forget in a hurry. So for the Benue State people who are listening to this program, thank you very much for electing us. Thank you very much for sending us out here to represent you.
Thank you.
He has said it all.
I will not forget food basket. From me now, I mean, I see smiling, beautiful people with great souls. Plus, the food doesn't hurt, actually. Yeah.
Food basket of the nation.
Food basket of the nation.
We're aiming to be the
Remember
food
everyone.
basket of Africa.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And then food basket of humanity.
Of
Yeah,
the world.
humanity.
Exactly, the world, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, yes. You want me to add? I was
I,
thinking I just said it.
I have high expectations from you. Either you need to sing, you can dance, or you can.
I want to sing
Or
in
poem.
these words.
Yeah.
I want to sing in these words.
Please.
In my words, I want to sing to America. America, we know is the center of the world. When the center doesn't hold, the entire world is gone. Today, America, what is happening in America? America should stop it. Here's the world, make a better place for you and for me and the human. You know,
Absolutely.
America should make it a better world for us, all of us.
There are people dying.
It's clear enough on the living.
I didn't know my speaker was a song star. Yeah. We are the world.
Make a better place for you and for me and the human race. There are people dying. If we care enough for the living, make a better place for you
And for me.
Thank you.
Woo! That's great.
That's because the song star.
Thank you.
didn't
We
know
should
you
work. We will do some practice. Next
Yeah.
time we'll do better together.
We should. We'll do a duet.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank
Exactly.
you. What is doing is happening in America should stop. The whole world is standing up. Please, America, stop this so that the world will be better place for all of us to live in. Thank you.
Absolutely. Honorable Uba Titus,
Yes.
such an honor to have you as the Speaker
It
of
is
the
mine
Benue
too.
State House of Assembly, Makurdi.
It is my honor.
We are really honored to have you, sir.
It is mine. My honor
And
of
dear
mine.
Honorable Tetsa Bise, the Chairman House Committee on Information and Orientation at the 9th Benue State House of Assembly. We are truly honored to have you here, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Yavuz. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And again, on behalf of NTR TV, we look forward to creating more synergies together for both states and nations. And as you said, we need to be united as like one strong hand together, this. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for listening to NTR TV. As you see, our whole goal is to create opportunities and bridges and bring you the reality, because for us, human matters. And that's what we are focusing on, and how to create peace, prosperity, and together we focused on the Benue State. We had honorable statesman from Benue State of Nigeria, which is really one of the most important states. And I hope you find this episode helpful. We will be, again, every Tuesday at 1 p.m. African time, 4 p.m. Turkish time. Here, we are with you. Please come with your tea, coffee, and everything. Sit down and watch us. And hopefully, next time we'll have also other amazing guests coming to you on News Plus. This is Dr. Yavuz Selim Salai, senior anchorman from NTR TV. Take care and all the best. Wishing a wonderful 2021 to my beautiful brothers and sisters in Nigeria and Benue State from the heart of Turkey, Ankara. Take care and all the best. Bye.